Sunday afternoon. Five-time NBA champion, former league MVP Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash. News reports are just coming in. Among multiple victims, Kobe Bryant on that helicopter. We're going to have Ramona Shelburne join us now from Los Angeles. She is on her way to the scene right now. Ramona, how did you first learn this information, and how are you absorbing it right now?
Oh my God! I mean, I was outside playing with my son, and I just saw an alert. And everyone I called, you get quick voicemails, and people close to him are in absolute shock right now. And I can't even process it. I live 10 minutes away from the scene, guys, and I can't even remember how to drive there. It's shocking that Kobe Bryant is gone.
Ramona, he was a father, a husband, an NBA legend, an Academy Award winner, an icon. He did it all in his 41 years. He became an Angelino, even though he wasn't born and raised there. 20 years with the Lakers will make you that. You grew up in the area. In any way, shape, or form here, can you help explain what Kobe meant, not just to the Lakers, but to the entire Southern California community?
Oh, man. I mean, when Kobe was about to retire, I covered him his whole career here in Los Angeles, and everybody was writing retirement stories, right? Everybody was writing, what he meant, putting his career in perspective, and because, he was drafted here as a teenager, right? I mean, I was in high school when he took Brandy to the prom, okay? So we watched this kid grow up and become a man. He had his ups and downs. He had his scandals. He had his glories. You saw him go from boy to man to old man, right? And I remember saying to him, like, we gotta do a story at the end here. We gotta put this all into perspective. And he really wasn't interested at first, because he said, everything has been written about me that could be written. I mean, everybody said everything negative, everything positive. What is there left to say? And I said, okay, so what is there left to say? And he said, the only thing I'm interested in is leaving a legacy of telling people how I did it, the parts of me that had to rise to the occasion, how I climbed to this level, how I became the man I am. And when people talk about, like, the Mamba mentality, that's not just about Kobe. Like, people in China know what that is. People in Japan know what that is. People in Africa know what that is. He became a legend. And in a lot of ways, he was writing that legendary story the whole time he was playing. And I think, one of the things that always struck me is Kobe always said, I wrote all my own commercials. I mean, he knew what he was. He knew he was a symbol. He knew he was a legend. He knew what he had to leave to the next generation. And we sat together to do one final story, and it was like a 4-hour interview, guys. And I pushed him on everything, to the point where it was uncomfortable, right? I kept thinking maybe he would get up from this interview, but he liked it. It was almost like we were playing one-on-one, because I think somebody who's lived a life like Kobe, they've thought about all of this, man. He was so self-aware. He was so aware of his own legendary status. And I think he knew that life isn't always perfect, right? That you have to dig down into the depths of your soul sometimes to get through things, to push through things. And even when I would ask him about Colorado, even when I would ask him about the relationship with his parents, he answered. He went there, and it was because he had gone there. And I think he knew that, he had lived a remarkable life, and other people aspire to that. But if you really want to have a life like that, you have to be willing to do all of it, to go through all of it. I can't process the idea that he's gone right now. I really can't. I mean, this guy, he seemed like a legend, right? But in a way, man, like, it's a remarkable life that he led, right? I mean, he's 41, 42 at this point. Like, I can't imagine Los Angeles without him. He's like the mayor of Los Angeles, whatever you want to call it, and and nothing political, but almost like this spiritual mayor, right? And the city just feels different without him here.
Ramona, that's a good point. You touched on so many aspects of Kobe's life. Of course, you had the situation in Eagle, Colorado, didn't have the best relationship with his family, parents, on again, off again. But in so many ways, he represented Los Angeles in terms of an identity. Yeah, he was Hollywood, but he was also hardworking too. So he could kick it in Beverly Hills, but he could be down and downy with the fellas as well. The loss that this city will feel with Kobe passing away on this afternoon, how would you sum that up?
I mean, honestly, I think the city's in shock right now. Everyone I've talked to is sending texts saying, like, please tell me this isn't true. Like, nobody can believe how could this just happen? And, I think he was on his way to the Mamba Academy in Thousand Oaks. I mean, talk about a guy who spoke, this is what his legend was. Like, he was going to train a new generation of kids, teach them how to be like him.
Kid, when I was in high school. I was growing up through the ranks when Kobe came into the league. He was, it wasn't a dream of mine to come straight, from high school at that point in time to the NBA. But I was like, wow, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid being able to make that leap, that's pretty damn cool. And as I started playing more ball and I went into high school, the things that he was doing on the floor, I, admired and wanted to be a part of. I went to ABCD camp. And he came and talked to all the kids that was there, and I happened to be one of the kids that was there, and I was just listening. I was just trying to soak everything up I could, And I remember one thing that he said. He was like, if you want to try to be, great at it, or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. There's no substitution to work. And I was a 15-year-old kid at that camp. You can actually find the footage of him at that camp. And in 2001, I believe I was playing in New Jersey, and the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me, was in Philly, right? Yeah, that Saturday, me and Maverick drove to the Intercontinental downtown Philadelphia, and he gave me a pair of his shoes, which I ended up wearing that following night. It was the red, white, and blue Kobe's. I was a 15, and he was a 14, and I wore them anyways. And I sat and just talked to him for a little bit. He gave me the shoes. I rocked them in the game. And it was the same night that we played Oak Hill against Melo. And then I saw what he was able to do the very next night, winning MVP here in Philly. That same that following night. As I got drafted, I still just admired him. Seeing what he was able to accomplish, winning championships, having, being early in his career where, he learned from the misses that he had against the series against Utah, and he just used that as motivation and got better and better and better to him winning multiple championships, and continued to admire him throughout my high school rank. And then as competitors, just seeing the work ethic that he put into the game. He had zero flaws offensively, zero. You backed off of him, he could shoot the three. You body him up a little bit, he can go around you. He can shoot the mid-range, he can post, he can make free throws. He had zero flaws offensively. And, that's something that I admired as well, just being at a point where the defense will always be at bay, where they couldn't guard you at all offensively, where you just felt like you was just immortal offensively because of your skill set and your work ethic. We take it down to 2008 where we become the Redeem team. And it was a dream come true for me to be able to line up alongside of him. Just admiring him for so many years, and seeing him from afar, and then being able to be in practices with him, and me watching and learning. So on. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. The story is just too much. It doesn't make sense. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from, where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me the shoes, he won All-Star Weekend. It's surreal. It doesn't make no sense, but the universe just puts things in your life, and when you live in the right way, or you just giving everything to whatever you're doing, things happen organically, and it's not supposed to make sense, but it just happens. And I'm happy to be in any conversation with Kobe Bryant, one of the all-time greatest basketball players to ever play, one of the all-time greatest Lakers. The man got 2 jerseys hanging up in Staples Center it's just crazy.
Any irony for you as a pass first player? You said basically your whole life and now you're scoring for the all-time.
Yeah, because I don't I just don't I've never seen myself as a scorer. I see myself as just a guy that's just a basketball player, and I've always wanted to have that triple threat mentality of being able to pass, being able to rebound, being able to score at times, and I've always loved I've always loved the excitement that I gave my teammates by giving them the ball and seeing them score since I first ever started playing the game of basketball. That's always been like the greatest thing on the floor for me, and also being able to get back and make like changing plays defensively. So to be in this position as far as a scoring record or scoring list, that also doesn't make sense to me.
CEO and founder of Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, thank you so much for joining us. It's just a special night, so we had to bring you on because history is in the making. Not only your client, but your very good friend LeBron James getting close to pass Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list. I know you've had a lot of conversations with him. How would you define what this moment is like for you and for LeBron?
Well, I mean, for me, being a fan of the sport, first of all, it's nothing like it, and having the opportunity to be with LeBron since he was 16 years old and see the growth and see all his hard work paying off as tonight he looks to pass one of the greats that our game has ever seen. It's just a testament to his hard work and dedication that he put into it, his love for the game, and anytime you have those two guys are basketball royalty, and tonight you have a young emerging star in Ben Simmons, who I
also
represent
a client.
as well,
Yep.
going up against LeBron and AD. AD is not even in double digits yet in his career, which is unbelievable. So much he's accomplished. Then LeBron, who's at 35 years old and still playing at a high level, it's nothing like it. So
You're invested in this game is basically what's happening.
Well, Rich, I want to ask you, man, because you and Braun y'all been together since the seed been planted. You've been knowing this LeBron long as I've been knowing him since, grade school when we was playing at Disney Wild World of Sports. And when you see him reach these type of milestones, forget like the business side and basketball side as a brother, how do you feel personally for him?
I'm just extremely happy for him, growing up, you always have dreams of accomplishing certain things. Obviously, he's accomplished much more than you can ever imagine. And, but I see the work. I see the dedication. I see the fact that he's never satisfied, never get complacent. And we all know when you've accomplished as much as he has, the basketball player, whether it's been through the production of your game and then monetarily, and to continue to have that drive, it drives me as well.
Right.
And what I do to never be complacent. So to have that right there, that example, is I can't think you can't be more as thankful enough to have that example right in front of you every day. So I'm just happy for him as he approaches this moment tonight.
So, Rich, as